How is the healing of the guide realm going?
Slowly.
Is it more substantial than you originally realized?
Yes.
I'm very upset because since we have really, I would say, turned the corner as far as getting better, the angelic realm's been attacked. The divine realm's been attacked. The guide realm has been attacked. These are realms of attack that were inconceivable to a large extent.
Yes.
And I know that it shows that the ones who do this, they have no divine compass.
Exactly.
And so they can only act outside that divine compass. They can't act within it. But it's so... I know that in their...
Abhorrent.
It's abhorrent. And I know that within their distorted thinking, there's some reasoning as to...
There's no reason.
No, in their mind, in their experience, they have a reason why they are doing this.
No, they don't. There's no reason. They have no reason.
They're just trying to destroy it and cause everything. Because if they're going to go down, they're going to take down as much as they can.
Yes, that's it.
That is their reason.
Oh, not a reason.
That's what is motivating them.
Okay, motivating. That makes more sense.
Yes.
It's not a reason.
They hope that they know that they will, most likely will not win necessarily, but maybe.
Yes.
Maybe we can take this down and do this thing and...
No, but if they take that down, they're gone immediately.
Yes. They're like I said, they're stupid. They're very, very evil and stupid.
Just a minute, we're getting something.
Okay.
Okay, someone's planning an attack on the Weavers. We caught it.
Okay. God and light and all them take care of it.
Yes, and that's why your big brother came in.
That was the ribbon that I saw that went very, very deep and far. And
yes.
There, I petisto na haite. Just a second. Ikita moasta na here. Tita na la enemisto hotane. Hold on a second. I'm having that space between the connection with the divine and the connection with here and
some. We understand.
And because a weaver can have multiple things going on at once, it's very difficult to translate into actual conversation, especially when you only hear one side of it. Why is she mumbling and who is she talking to? Oh, to God. Okay.
We've caught those ones.
I'm going to say this, and I know that everyone is tired of me saying this, but I'm going to say it again because I'm me and that's what I do. And I've accepted that fact.
We are speeding it up.
Yes.
God is speeding it up considerably.
The thing is, we've crossed the line of being able to have someone switch from the distortion into being in line with divinity. We've crossed that. And I know that there was fear and they wanted to make it more comfortable for everyone to do it at a slightly slower pace to get them time to acclimate.
Okay, God's telling us something.
Okay.
The reason He has not brought the God Haboob yet.
Okay.
Because if He brought it now, while these ones are still active, they would hijack it.
Okay.
And use it to their ends.
I do not see how that would be possible, but I guess I'm just seeing something that I am not.
Yes. He's been seeing this for a while.
Okay.
That's why He has not brought it yet. They were used to create the distortions back, rather than
clear them out.
Clear them out. And God is moving as quickly as possible to take them out, because if He takes too many out at once, everything will start to crumble.
Yes, I do understand that part. I do understand that part.
So he is moving as quickly as possible to take them out. Because as long as one remains, they can hijack it and create all the problems.
Create problems.
Because the distortion, we're getting this message straight from God.
I'm listening.
The distortions were never an absence of God light.
No, that's why the distortions.
They were a distorted God light.
Yes.
So they know how to distort God light.
Ah, okay, I understand what you're saying. So since it was not that there was nothing there, they know how to take what is there and twist it in just a certain way, and they're quite experts at distorting it.
Yes.
Yeah, a more powerful God light.
We need more powerful distortions.
It is like with a cancer in the body. There are certain things that could be called nutrition or food for the body, but for the cancer, it is like they use it like fuel.
Yes.
So that there are certain foods that when you have a cancer, that you can't just eat whatever you want normally, because it will fuel the cancer and make the cancer knows how to utilize that energy for its own benefit.
Yes. So that is why God is telling us, that is why he has not brought the God Haboob yet.
Yes.
Because the only way to, if he was to do it now and they distorted it, would be to destroy everything.
Yes.
Good and bad alike.
It would not truly be destroyed, but it would be brought back to a primal early phase.
No. It wouldn't be brought back to a primal early thing. If they were to distort the God Haboob,
okay.
there would be no turning back. The universe of the souls, gone. Other universes, gone.
Okay.
Maybe the angelic realm would survive. We don't know. So all the souls would be gone. And there's too much good to risk it.
Yes. What is he doing to attempt to deal with this?
One, take him out. Two, adjust the frequency so they can't access it.
Okay.
It's not quite frequency, but just access it.
I have the image. I see it.
And those are the two main things right now. There are other little side things, but those are the two main ones.
There is this thing that I have heard that can be done, whereby there is something that is put out that is attached to something that the cancer cells are drawn to feed off of, and when they put this into them, when they draw this into them, they are more easily identified.
There is a problem with that. That creates distortions.
Yes.
And God cannot create distortions.
Yes.
Even if it's distortions, it's not possible for him to do it. Well, it's possible, but he doesn't do it. Because it's the antithesis of him.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I know it's frustrating.
No, I am seeing the complexity and this. We have to be also aware that there are going to be those that are stealthy.
Yes.
And that they will attempt to hide behind the lights of others, to do other things.
We are getting closer to the God Haboob, but there's still a handful out there who are distorted.
Yes.
So
even a small handful
could distort.
With the attack on the guide realm,
yes,
can create quite a lot of pain and havoc. You do not need to have.
Emota. The bomb.
Yes.
Was distorted godlight.
That's
what those bombs have been. Because he's trying to send out little waves.
Yes.
And they immediately grab all of it.
Yes.
And distort it into a bomb and send it back. trying.
Yes, I know that he is trying, and I know that what his intention is and what he is working towards
So
accomplishing.
sending a bigger light would be disastrous.
Okay. Could there be done such a thing as separating each section, each universe, or each realm, even the universes themselves, separate sections within them off from each other so they're completely encapsulated only unto themselves, and then there is a going through of that area completely and finding anything.
That's against the nature of universes. What we mean by the nature of universes, it would cause universes to crumble. Because there needs to be a flow.
Yes.
To cut them off completely while you check them out would be disastrous.
Okay, I have another idea. I know I'm having many ideas, but this is also the nature of who I am, and therefore I understand.
We understand.
There is this, those that monitor, and can there be others that will come in as, I'm trying to say monitors, but have the capacity and ability to protect the flow.
We're already doing that.
That they monitor them it's like beef up the monitoring of the between. If I will give the example here.
That's what the angel's main job is.
I will give the example here. If there is a building and you believe that there's a bomb or bombs within the building, first they try to get out as quickly as they can, all the quote unquote innocents. But if there's a situation is where that they are afraid that if they try to remove everyone, that the bombs will be set off prematurely, they try to stealthily go through each floor, usually starting from the top and working out, or from the bottom working up, one way or the other, and go through and slowly get people out, and at the same time go through each floor one by one, searching through and to find the bombs.
The problem is they're not bombs that we're looking for.
They're looking for individuals.
Yes. And individuals can move and disguise themselves. We can identify them when we see them, but we've got to see them first. We have filters put in place already between galaxies and universes and sections. Filters to catch things.
But they are very adaptable.
Yes.
Yeah.
We act like TSA agents.
Yes. Well, you identify as things that are possible things, you try to filter them out, don't allow things, check things. But they're always attempting new ways in which to accomplish this.
Exactly. So we're giving you the information.
I understand. I understand what is going on there.
Now you understand why the God Group hasn't come yet, because they've been using Godlight to make bombs.
Yeah.
Bombs that can't enter the divine realm or the angelic realm or the guide realm. Because normally bombs couldn't get in.
Have you an understanding of the type, how they're making the bombs?
No. We just found out recently that it was Godlight.
Okay. I am not.
And it's distorted Godlight. And by recently we mean in the past couple hours.
Yeah. I am not what you would call someone who is quote unquote, knowing this is not the exact word, mechanically inclined. That is not my thing.
Zadkiel is working on the problem right now.
But I can.
Zadkiel and others are working on the problem to try to figure it out.
I can do this though. I can do this. I do have the capacity to do this. That I mean to say, when I'm saying that I have the capacity, I do not mean the expression. Okay.
Yes.
But there is this so that I can do that I can help. I can find that moment. I can go back, follow the path, come to the space where they can be seen, just like a surveillance of what they have done.
Don't do that.
Why?
Because that will trigger the bomb in the Weaver realm.
Oh, that is why they put that there, so that I could not do that. Oh, I've done it to that kid.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't do it. God has to do it.
Okay.
Because if you do that, they will send the bomb. And that'll really harm the baby Weaver.
Yes, we do not want to do that. Very well. So what you're basically saying is that there are things, you're letting me know what's going on.
Yes.
That things are being dealt with and recognized.
Yes.
If you have questions about things because of the pattern that they are using are patterns that are used here all the time on Earth.
Yes.
They're very, very well known.
We're looking at Earth to try to figure out how to handle it. Look at Earth as like a microcosm.
Yes, it is. It's a microcosm. The patterns, the things that have been done and work and don't work, and their actions and react. Earth, because of it being in the darkest of the dark, is very much it's like a petri dish, or you could almost say like a zoo.
Yes.
Where you can watch how these ones interact with each other.
Yes.
And okay, this is how they do.
Petri dish is closer.
But this is the thing about those ones. Once you have crossed the line of leaving divinity, acting in divinity, you begin to, every way in which you are distorted, you believe that others also possess that distortion. And there is always going to be a turning on of each other, even in groups that are very like-minded. There's always going to be suspicion and turning on to each other, of each other.
Yes.
Because they will always suspect that there are spies. They will always suspect that somebody else is trying to get farther ahead than the other one.
Yeah.
That is their
nature.
So this is what is going on. How many of the guides in the guide realm were seriously harmed?
A couple thousand?
A couple thousand, okay.
It was a significant amount.
It was, yes.
And there was more with minor injuries.
You said that it looked like it would take a couple weeks to heal and to work on healing these ones of the guide realm.
It might take a little longer now.
Because you have a deeper understanding of
what
was affected and how strong it was affected.
Yes.
Okay, is God like extremely angry?
Yes.
Like extremely angry?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
He wants to bring the God Haboob through, but he knows if he does, they'll distort everything and blow everything up.
These individuals that it's sort of what it is. Yeah, I guess I could sort of say it that way. Okay, so that is why what is going on is the way it's going on. He would have already liked to go ahead and bring the Haboob wave into.
Yes.
But they're so stupid.
He wanted to bring it through a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't yet. Because he knows, well, he could, but it would be disastrous.
It's not going to have the outcome
he
wants in the way that he wants it.
Yes. It would be worse than it was before.
Yes.
So he's working on something to try to not allow that, but it's fine-tuning divine stuff.
Yes, it's fine-tuning, and when you have so many different universes and realms, and the in-between spaces, and the spaces that haven't really been created yet.
Yes.
And they all have different physics and nuances, and that finding something that works across the board doesn't go as well.
Yes.
Even though there is a cohesiveness to all of it,
Yes.
it's very...
It's a technical problem.
There's and because it's like you couldn't bring the God who blew technically to like just one area and then go to another area, because that's just not how it works.
Exactly. It needs to go whoosh through everything.
Yes.
But if it does, then scoop it up.
And use it against.
Yes. So it doesn't get to the ones who need it.
Yes. I am seeing somebody.
Who?
Not a somebody like a... maybe it's like a somebody. 3. I'm just getting a line of an image of a somebody who is strongly maneuvering this. I'm going to get very quiet for a moment.
Be very careful.
And I'm going to... I'm giving this image directly to God.
Yes. Be very careful you don't trigger the bomb.
I am not triggering the bomb.
The bomb is on like a zip line.
I know that you do not think that I'm very rash and quick, and I am many times rash and quick, but I am not always such.
No, yes, you know
I am getting images that are coming up. I am not acting. I am just simply giving these images to God. And I'm living and allowing God, and I keep getting 4 comes in my mind again and again. It is very few in reality, comparatively speaking.
Yes. Which makes it harder to find.
But they are maneuvering others stealthily.
Yes.
No, not so necessarily stealthily, but they are maneuvering and influencing others. The problem, believe it or not, is not the ones who are the influencers so much, but I hate to say these words, but those who are not as cultured, as fine-tuned, as intelligent, but who get wrapped up in the propaganda.
Yes.
And their reactions are more like suicide bombers.
Yes.
Oh. They are obsessed with the idea of self-sovereignty.
Yes!
They are obsessed with the idea of self-sovereignty. And it is against their very core the idea that God should interfere with their own self-sovereignty. They have encouraged within themselves they have, this is a combination of hierarchical belief, and which believes that one is better than the other, but they also they're working off their God spark. Yes, that is what they are doing. I see it now. They are working off their God spark, and in that God spark, with the twisted ideas about hierarchy, they have come to believe that they are the equal of God, the source of all life, and God, the source of all life, has no authority to influence, act, or react to anything they do, because they see themselves as God, the source of all light, in of themselves. And that if anyone should, and they see, they have this strange thing where they see that others also have this right as they see it, but within themselves they're always trying to be a little bit better than the other. So there is a cohesive chaos between them. The teaching and philosophies therein are very corruptible, and it can take those who feel in any way less than and make them feel so much more and better than. Okay. Understanding the nature of this corruption, looking for those who are, obsessed is not quite the right word. They are completely identified with their own sovereignty. Because I say this, we are all created of God, and know we are all created of God. But we also do not have the sense of, we know each other has our own individuality and differences and are unique, but we do not have this, we do not even conceive of the idea that we are in any way God, the source of all light, and that we should be able to do whatever we want despite anything else. That is not in line with divine unity and cohesiveness. And sometimes they will push others to take away their, I will call it somewhat of a sovereignty, only to make people more determined to assert it. And they want no one to make rules except for them, which they want to lot of rules. They're both, it's like a chaos thing. Because it is not in divine harmony, and so therefore it's always ripping and tearing and building, and it's quite cancerous, yes. Look for those that believe in their own sovereignty, and that they see any attempt to, I'm going to say, change or limit that as an attack. That is what you need to look for these ones. Because that is the philosophy that is the fuel or the seed behind what is going on now. There is a slight difference between those that recognize their God spark and their divine connection, and it brings them to a place of peace and harmony within the divine mandala, and those who see it as a rallying cry. There is a slight difference. Become more tuned and aware of those who great at the idea that God could come in and act or limit them in any way. Those are the ones that is a slight grated sharpness, very, very pokey. And those are the ones that must be identified and dealt with. Because this is a distortion of the direct God light and how they interpret it. I'm not going to go any farther because I'm not going to ignite or bring in more energy into this. I am just simply looking at and identifying. Just as we identified the hierarchy, we identified the Anunnaki, we identified the Draco, we identified the hybrids, and all of these different ones who, the consortium, all of these ones we have been working on identifying, they each have I want to call it the word of smell. And as soon as you recognize the the fine nuanced smell, and then you know what to look for. There is a smell to this. I wanted to say intellectually sound or frequency, but it's more of a smell. Fine nuanced smell that when the concept and the idea that God is going to do this and He's going to not allow something or He's going to limit something, when that concept hits them, they emit like a smell. A sharp, scratchy smell with a tinge of sweetness, but not pleasant sweetness, but like a
sickly
sweetness to it. Recognize that smell. And just as here on Earth, when they are looking for explosives or drugs, they have dogs that can smell and identify these things, or look for buried bodies. Dogs that can identify those smells quickly, recognize them.
Yes.
Bimwada, there needs to be those that can be able to recognize this, even the faintest hints of these smells, and be able to quickly identify it, even if it is buried or hidden.
Yes.
And also be aware that if they recognize there could be a smell issue, if you come into the proximity of a strong smell, become even more, look even deeper. Because sometimes those that are aware that they can be identified, something can be identified by a smell, they will do things to attempt to overwhelm
Yes.
the sense.
Yes.
So taking this information, there can be an identifying marker that will look for this specific marker regardless of any overwhelming smells that may come, especially anything similar to the smell that is picked up, isolate, and to refine, to be able to tell if someone is trying to mask it.
We were connected with you when you were talking.
I understand. I'm going to now. I have done. That is what I need to say and do at this time. I don't think there's anything more that I need to be saying or doing.